I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What is up, everybody? Let's welcome Bella once again. We are going for a recap show. I know we did it last week, but hey, a win's a win. Another W in the column.
There we go. What we need.
I know this was on your mind. Hey, not only that we just beat the Bucks, we actually kind of smoked them earlier.
Yeah, we did. I knew it was going to be a win, though. Did you go in when we went in kind of feeling good about it from last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I said that we were going to either just blow them out or something. I said this wouldn't be a loss to us, but for a minute, the Bucks looked like they were about to play a little decent at the end, but our defense held on pretty well.
Very, very true. But yeah, so I kind of was expecting a good game, and it was. I was very impressed and happy, and there was a bit of tragedy that happened for us. We do have an injury.
Oh, yeah. Injury update. You know what was going on. Talanoa Hufanga. Man, that is a tough loss. But, like they say, next man up. Hufanga is out. Yeah. And next man is Jair Brown. I mean, life goes on with the next man. But, yeah, losing Hufanga blows because he's an emotional leader and he does make plays. But I don't think Jair Brown's too far off when it comes to playmaking. What you saw in college, he can translate at the next level.
So I'll be honest, I didn't watch him in college, but just watching him in the interview after, you could tell that he's ready for it. He's humble. He played well. He did great, and I'm excited to see more of him. Actually,
yeah. It could have been worse, like a tear, but it's like I think it's like a slight tear, which is.
Oh, is it? So he is out for the rest of the season, though, yeah?
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season. If this was like an actual tear, that would take 9 months to recover. But for him, it probably just only be for the entire season.
Yeah, but still a loss. That's you always want a healthy team. You never want people to get injured. So that did kind of suck about that game.
Yeah, let's say hello to the people in the chat. But hey, Randy, I got them Dion shades. Remember how you told me I got to take my glasses off like that coach said? I think he was just throwing reference. Yeah. Oh, hello, Nicole. Hello, David. How's everybody doing?
Hi, everyone.
It's good to see some of the faithfuls on the show. So I'm not really too committed into the videos on here, but on TikTok, I'm getting more of the followers out here,
Nice. Very cool. TikTok has been kind of steady, the same for me. It's always nice to meet Niner fans and just talk about the games and recap. So it's been fun. I always like connecting with people and just your thoughts and ideas.
Oh, yeah, especially. It's good to interact, especially the difference from here. I love the vibe, It may not be as big as my TikTok over here, but, it's always great to see the excitement from the fans, since we're talking about who stood out, I'm going to ask you this question.
Ooh,
who's that player that stood out to you?
Ooh, player of the week. We're going to bring this question back from last week.
Yeah.
Well, I think the obvious was going to be Brock Purdy. He had a perfect passing rate game, right? And I honestly don't even really, really know what that means. But perfect. And I believe the last two that were to do it were Montana and Steve Young.
In 1989.
Yeah. And so the fact that he's able to, and the thing is, he cannot seem to silence these haters because poor Brock, he still gets hated on. Like, he's not really good. It's because of everyone around him. So I mean, I think that stands out. But to be honest with you, why can't I think of his name? Because it's slipping right now because we're live. The person taking over Hufanga, his position, to me, he played really great. And I think he showed that he can be there and he's ready for that environment. So to me, he's like runner up, but for sure Brock, because he got that, not award, but that's a big title to get, a perfect game.
I mean, it's pretty obvious when you're throwing Brock Purdy. That's not a far fetch with him being the guy that stood out. I mean, I can't even think of a quarterback that had a perfect passer rating or something like that. Like you just said, since 1989, it was the two quarterbacks we had. It's been unheard of since then. So I know a lot of the people are saying, "Oh, Brock is just around the system. He's around great talent." Doesn't that make any other quarterback look good? Like, I mean, Geno Smith, doesn't he have like good amount of receiver core, but can't even put up the better numbers than Brock Purdy?
Yeah, I hear you, and it's all around. There's not a single, I feel like, person that will not say that. Just straight up be like, he's a great quarterback. It's like, well, it's because of this, and well, because of that. So I give it to him. I think he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he has luck that he does have great teammates around him, and he has that time that he can think and see and watch and throw the ball. But I mean, I think he's great. I mean, even to make those throws, those are incredible. The one that he did during the game to Ayuk.
Yeah, that play was just spectacular. Like, it just was right on the money. But everybody keeps talking about his arm strength. But when I saw that pass, that was like over 40 yards.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was, and you remember, this is him playing the Bucks this time. This is now full circle because he came into the game playing. Yeah, Tom Brady was who he was up against.
Now it was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so I mean, I think there's more to come for Brock Purdy, and I think we're really lucky on the 49ers to have him.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty more of that. So as far as the player that would stand up to me, I mean, the player that stood out, I mean, I would say Brock Purdy, but you already took that off my spot. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you because Brock Purdy's obvious the choice. You know, I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk. I mean, the guy is playing like at a top 5 level, and I know there was an argument, and some people thought, nah, we can't. Like, if we had to choose between Debo or Ayuk, I even kept saying we got to go with Ayuk because he's a natural wide receiver and he's very durable. But I wasn't doing no knack on Debo. I was just saying maybe a season or 2 seasons ago, I would say we would have to keep Debo over Ayuk. But I think at this point, there's no argument that Ayuk is the guy.
Yeah, definitely. And he's showing every game. I think he steps up every game, and I think he's showing them that he's going to be worth the money when it's time to redo his contract.
Yeah, I mean, Ayuk is just, I mean, the route running. Like, Debo is a great all-around player, but Ayuk is just a natural. He's just a legit wide receiver. It's hard to cover him sometimes. So it's like there was a little far reach. I know there was quite a few on some TikTok. Some people say, "Hey, slow your roll on Brandon Ayuk," and I said, "Dude, he can be a top 5 receiver this year."
Hey, I don't see why not.
That was one of my takes. That was one of my takes this year. I said he's going to be a top 5 receiver this year. You're going to see. And the one take that sometimes we all got to take our L's on some wrong takes, Like, I didn't think Brock Purdy was going to prove it again.
Oh,
so I'm going to clear that air.
Okay. All right.
But I did interview one of his coaches in high school, and he told me very highly of the kid.
Nice.
So I'm just saying not everything's going to be perfect. Whatever I say is not going to be perfect. But I did.
I'll be all.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be like some guys that have pride and say, "Oh, I told you so." I didn't know then. So
I'm one of those fans that I just have complete faith in my quarterback because I have to have faith in, like, okay, Kyle knows what he's doing. John Lynch knows what he's doing. Like, if you picked him and you think he's number 1, then let's go and ride hard with the quarterback. And so I believe in him. He might be my next jersey. I might buy a Purdy jersey.
I mean, okay, like, there's just a lot of the stuff that I needed to see him do. Like, okay, you're coming off an injury. This is going to be tough for you to come from. And plus, there's going to be defense trying to figure you out. And I know that was something I said during the offseason. I said, the problem is you're coming off an injury. You did pretty well. I'll give you credit, but can you repeat the same performance? Because coming off an injury is a little different than just coming in, and the defense had enough offseason to prepare for him.
Right.
So I think he passed with flying colors. That was my doubt on him. Like, can he actually do it again?
I think a lot of people are talking about the 3-game losing streak where Trent wasn't there, Debo wasn't there, and to see how he didn't do well without those 2 key players. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Well, if you look at the 2 games that he actually played from behind, there was a chance he could have won the Cleveland Browns game. You know, the Cleveland Browns game, that was not on him. That was definitely Jake Moody on that pick. The Vikings game, maybe the concussion might have factored in, but still, he was in that ball game. Cincinnati, if he would have just had his perfect day, maybe this would have been our. Honestly, we would have been undefeated then. I just think there was just a couple mental error mistakes, like you said, the Trent Williams effect. I think Trent Williams being gone actually did hurt our running game a little bit. Yeah, but Brock Purdy still put up decent numbers even without those guys. So it's like if you check out the Bengals game, sure he might have threw 2 interceptions, but the guy was over 365 yards. He wasn't afraid. One thing I like about Brock Purdy is he's not afraid of throwing the ball deep or not afraid of taking chances. Like, can you say that about Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, it's hard to say. But
no, I don't think so. I think they're very different quarterbacks. I really do think that Purdy, I think he reads things a lot better and he
processes quickly.
Yeah, and I think you see that, like he goes straight for it, or like he said in the wrap up after this game with that touchdown to Ayuk, he was like, he saw that they were doing man to man, but he knew he was going to beat the other guy and just threw it knowing that he was going to beat him and get to the ball. And that right there, not only as a good quarterback are you predicting that, but like you also have to have that like trust in that teammate. So I thought that was really cool.
Well, the thing that will have to go behind my back now at this point, I'm not going to ever question this man until otherwise. I mean, I guess I had one of the craziest takes. I guess some people had the same argument then. I guess the Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0, that is rest in peace a while ago now. Now that's put the rest, you know. Yeah. I guess we can just put a little bury the 2.0 Jimmy Garoppolo comparison. That is not even close.
Yeah.
I to the faithful, I apologize, man. I'm guilty. Okay. I gotta take my crow for this one, but it's okay. I like taking that kind of crow.
Love it. So we talked about who like the MVP were. Any parts of the game that you thought they could improve on or didn't look good to you or were concerning?
If our right side of our offensive line can get a little better. I mean, but then again, Brock Purdy still played perfect, I guess. I don't know. I'm asking too much for our offensive line, but I guess as far as what you're saying, what can get better? Got to get the pressure better because it's like we're coming home late in those pressures. We got to get consistent pressure to the quarterback. I don't think it's as bad as far as our defense. I think our secondary, it's kind of been holding up okay. It's just, man, can there just be anybody better than Ambry Thomas at least? I mean, don't get me wrong. Thomas played solid the last 2 games, but I'm just concerned what kind of matchup he's going to face because it really depends on what receiver he gets, man. He's got to – I mean, I'll give him his flowers, but I don't know how long he's going to hold up. You know, I'm hoping that Samuel Womack and Luter come in pretty soon. But, yeah, we got to get better in the coverage area a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think also for me, when the clock winds down, because I know that's always like to be strategic with it. And I think that was a part where I think it was even it got caught on camera that CMC was like hitting his Surface Go or whatever the tablet was. Yeah. So I think just kind of making sure they watch the clock and making sure they have the ball so they're able to run the clock versus giving the other team the advantage would be my little but what do I mean, my little critique here.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is just we got to get more pressure consistently. Like we did against Jacksonville, which was good. Buccaneers, we got enough pressure, but it wasn't like the way we had it against Jacksonville. But secondary, it's going to be a little of a question mark now since everybody's saying, "Oh, how is Brown going to fill in Hufanga?" I don't think anybody's going to replace what Hufanga's done, but at least get somebody who can play exactly the same and maybe do a little. I don't want to sound a little overconfident, but maybe do a little better, maybe. But that's all we can hope for. But
yeah,
I think as far as that, it's been our Achilles heels as a secondary.
I agree. And then I was just listening to something where I guess Aaron Banks and Spencer, what is it, Burford,
yeah,
are still injured.
Wait. So Banks is injured. Wait, is Burford even injured?
Yeah. Spencer?
Let me check it out.
Yeah, check it out live. I just saw it on something right before I got.
Oh, so he might just be taking a rest then, I'm assuming. Because sometimes some of these players take rest. If it's not a big time injury, then he should be okay.
We want everyone to be okay because health to me is always the biggest thing.
So it doesn't say the injury report shows, but I will take your word out of it. But it says that Banks is out of practice, which I think they're starting to be cautious with him. He should play. Man, I don't see nothing with Spencer Burford. I mean, he's, I'm not the kind of guy that's in the business of bashing players. I'm not in that, but but I can't really. The difference between Burford and the rest of those other players, I'm pretty much on his corner, so I can't really badmouth that player because Burford's been on my show. So if I say something bad about him, that would not be good on my part.
And then with that, I saw this. It was literally right before I hopped on here with you that I guess we signed Ben
Barch.
Yeah, from the Jacksonville. So that's something new. What do you think about that?
I think he's just there for the practice squad. I think they got some guys on the practice squad. They got Jesse Davis, who they just signed a few weeks ago. I think they're going to get him coming into the active roster. They're going to probably flop with the other linemen too. They just got what's his name? Luciano. That was another offensive lineman we just got but he's going to go back to the practice squad.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys we're adding are they're just only going to be there for a short time, and then they're going to go right back to the practice squad. So
no, for sure. So it's unique to me to watch and see the movements of like on practice squad, not now you're active, now this.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with them. But see, the difference is, McKivitz, I can criticize because I never had any interaction with the guy.
Okay.
But as far as Burford, I can't. He's the guy that's off limits.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, I would. I mean, the only thing I'll criticize about him is his pass blocking needs to be a little better. But I'm not going to say, you suck. You suck. No, I'm not going to say that. He's a good guy. I think Brendel's the only guy I have the exception with because I actually made this guy block me on Twitter a while ago.
Oh, that's right. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know if you ever seen my old interview with Burford. That's when
I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up after this. That's awesome.
I'll send you the link. But I think he still needs to work a little better on his pass blocking because I'm a little critiqued with offensive alignment a little bit. So when I see bad technique, I call him out.
Love it. And now we're on to week 12. How are you feeling about the Seahawks coming? Or we're going there. We're going to Seattle.
Well, Seattle's coming off a loss against the Rams. That's something they want to get that bad taste off their mouth a little bit. So we're coming in with a 2-game winning streak. Hopefully we're not overconfident because this is a division game. This is anybody's ball game.
Right. And these ones are always higher stake. The division games, I feel like, are always intense. It's going to be loud in there. The Seahawks are known for being really loud. It's going to be a good game. What is your score prediction?
Well, if things go exactly as planned and if we keep playing the way we're playing, I don't see no other reason why we should do what we're doing. I think it's going to be like, I don't want to sound overconfident, but I'm going to just say this. Like, I don't feel like we're going to miss much of a beat with Jair Brown out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's going to go nice flow. I don't think we're going to, I don't want to say this to sound mean, but I think we're going to miss Hufanga too much, hopefully.
Yeah, but I hope. You're going to miss the tone-setting presence of him.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is you're going to have somebody who kind of makes up the slack a little bit. So I think the difference of this game is Seattle's offensive line is a little suspect, so we might have some opportunities. And Gino, he's supposed to be cleared to play, so that might not he might not even be at his full best right now. So I think this might sound overconfident, but I'm gonna say 35-17. I don't know, just something tells me that Gino just isn't gonna play good. And he's
I'm
gonna
gonna write it down because let's see what happens next week when we're on the show. You said 35-17.
35-7. I just think that there's something there with Seattle. Like, I think Gino's going to have an off game. And I think that's what's going to hurt Seattle is Gino's going to have an off game. And even if he plays a decent game, it's still going to be like a close game. But if he plays really bad, throws picks, I can see us going into this type of game.
Okay. All right. I like it. I just think, there's a long history. It's a primetime game, so everyone's watching, especially it's the Thanksgiving night primetime game. So
we want revenge from that 2014 Thanksgiving game.
Isn't that the one where Sherman ate?
Yes.
Yeah.
But can you imagine just going into Seattle and eating turkey on their field with Richard Sherman over there?
Yeah, and Kittle.
That would be a bad taste.
You know what? I feel like Richard Sherman is so much more of a pro Niner than he is a Seahawk now.
Yeah, but can you just imagine just Sherman coming into the Thanksgiving game and just sitting on our table and actually just that would piss off the Seattle fan base dearly. Like,
I hope that happens because that would actually be just a perfect full circle of karma at its finest.
Can you imagine how those years were where he was just public enemy number one? Now he's just a fan favorite. He comes in and just praises us and calls us the Super Bowl contender teams and all that. He's always been having our back when other teams bash the Niners. He's always coming in our defense and say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Look at the stats, this and that."
Yeah, I honestly, I despised him when we had to play him and he was a Seahawk. Yeah. I hated him. And now he's like my favorite commentator. Like I love seeing what he says. And you're right. He's such a Niner faithful. And I think he was on a show once and he said something about like, we will. And somebody was like, "Oh, you really claiming that those Niners?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just got a direct deposit." And it was from the 49ers. So
he says, "I get paid by them." And he says, "I was a fan of them too."
Yeah. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, if that happens Thanksgiving with the table and the turkey and George Kittle's the one taking that bite, I will have that on repeat on my TV or something. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I gotta record that part where which I believe it will happen. You'll see Sherman coming into the table talking with the guys and Kittle and the rest of the guys eating that turkey on that field. You know what they say? Karma comes back to those that deserve it. And Seattle's been doing this for years. Now it's our turn to do the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much.
And I think it's pretty quick. I think we're up there playing Seattle. And then I think Seattle comes down in 2 weeks. So it'll be kind of a
it's a 2 weeks. Yeah, we play after them. We play the Eagles, and then we play them. Mm-hmm. You know the Seattle's remaining schedule is after us. They got this trash team.
Oh, they had Dallas after that?
Yeah, I got the F Dallas shirt.
I love that shirt but I didn't know that Seattle was playing Dallas after us. Yeah,
they play Cowboys after that, I believe, and then they play us, and then I think they play another. They play some tough teams down the stretch.
Okay.
Okay. The Rams is always giving them problems the most, but now they got to play a team they've actually had good history against, but it hasn't been their favor since they had Gino at quarterback.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
If you look at the history, Russell Wilson's been owning us.
Yeah.
Gino is 0-3.
And we like that stat. We like that here.
Gino just I don't know. So Russell Wilson can have all the numbers against the Niners, but Gino can't? Damn.
I mean, it's just the way the cookie crumbled. And also, Russell Wilson isn't doing – I don't even know what the Denver stats are right now. They're not even doing that well, right?
Well, they're actually moving up to second place in division. They've actually won – I think they won about 4 or 5 games now.
I think they won this week.
Yeah, against
11.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. But it's football. Things change any given Sunday. Things can easily change.
Yeah.
Do you think so? This is the start of CMC's last game. He started again with his touchdown. Do you think he will have a touchdown with the Seahawk game on Thursday?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think he's going to be the one with the game ball. For that.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I would like Kittle to get it, but I think it could be a CMC type ball game
I could see that too.
because Seattle's run defense is ranked 21st against the run.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay.
It's one like if you run it outside, that's where
Mhm.
Seattle gives up a lot of the yards, but in the inside, it shouldn't be an issue. But
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. So hopefully, I really want to witness Christian McCaffrey breaking that record. What he needed 18, right? And he only got 17.
he has to start over again.
I know, but he can do it. He's still so young in his career. It's totally possible.
Well, he has to do it another season. So
Oh, you mean it doesn't start? It didn't like restart last
no. He did like his previous record is 17, but he'll have to do it again. Like
Right. So he started at 1 with the game
Yeah.
last week. Yeah. Okay, so he's 1 and
Yeah.
now Thursday will be hopefully 2 and 3.
He's
We'll
got
see.
17 more to go.
Well,
Just to break the record. But I mean,
he's got time. He's got time.
got
He
time.
can score multiple times on Thursday, and we go from there.
I think the fact that he didn't break the record could be a blessing because now he wants to get more touchdowns.
Oh, I see. He's hungry for it. That's a good way to look at it.
Like-
You are right.
Like if you look at it as a competitor, yeah, you may have not broke the record, but you're gonna want that touchdown even more now since it kind of like. Don't get me wrong, it's a good record, but he still probably would have loved to have that record broken.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you are right.
I like this press conference sarcastic. It was just kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
That was terrible. Yeah, I didn't get my touchdown. Oh,
He's like,
I'm sorry,
"All right,
I let you down.
Yeah, he was great. And it's always funny when I watch those, the conferences, interviews right after the games. The one that's always the funniest to me, which I know that he's not funny, that's just the way he is always Nick Bosa. It's always that monotone, yeah, and I'm always like, this is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have got the. He didn't do too well. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just. I'm always thinking like, gosh, if he was like a professor I had in college, I would have to like switch classes immediately. Like this is not going to last. But
he sounds like a surfer guy, one of them surfer dudes.
A little surfer dude. Yeah, I guess he does. I mean, he is from Florida.
Yeah, he's from Florida.
Yeah. So
but he sounds like a chill guy, like those surfer guys or those what is it? Those hippies that smoke and chill.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely chill, but yeah, those are always fun interviews to watch too.
So, what matchup do you feel that should be favorable to the Niners? Like, as far as the matchup, I think this game's going to have some indication of our division. I think Seattle's just probably the only team in our way.
Yeah. Well, the matchup I really want to see is the Eagles. I can't wait for that game. That one I think is kind of like, I kind of feel like, could this be, if it were last year, I could see really we could have gone all the way. And I really want to see Brock play against Jalen Hurts, and I want to see what that's going to look like.
Yeah, that's a matchup we're definitely looking forward to. I mean, there's plenty of games left, but I guess since you picked Philadelphia, that would just be for next week. But I'm saying Baltimore is a game I'm definitely looking forward to. Like,
Baltimore, that's Christmas. That's our Christmas Day game.
Yeah, and that's going to be against one of the best AFC teams out there too. So
yeah,
that will test how good we are.
This is I mean, if Seahawks is a win, Eagles. How do you feel about? I mean, now we're going way ahead, but how do you feel?
Let's not get too ahead of. But I think we'll take care of Seattle. I think we will. But Philadelphia, it really could be 50-50.
Yeah, that one gives me a little anxiety too. They're good. They're the first in their division. So I still. I mean, I feel like the Niners for sure are going to get into the playoffs this year. I kind of feel like secure about that, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but I do.
All we need is 4 more wins to secure a playoff spot anyways.
I know, but when I look at the schedule, I already see 4 wins.
Yeah.
So
I'm wins.
We're in it.
Okay, so I think sweeping Seattle, it's not a far fetch as long as we take care of business. The Rams and Cardinals, I don't know, they just haven't been that impressive.
Yeah. So I think
those are 4 wins we can easily get, but I think the Commanders, that's a 5th. Okay, maybe I'm overlooking now. I gotta stop. I'm just dreaming, but yeah, I think it's
No,
possible.
I looked at it. I was like, I feel really confident to say like, yeah, we just need 4, and out of these games that we have left, there's 4 wins in here automatically.
Okay, so if you look at the remaining schedule, just tell me which ones you think are winnable and which one could be a loss.
Okay, so the Seahawks on Thursday, I think we're winning.
W.
I'll be really honest with you. The Eagles, I'm nervous about. I don't know. I think it could be a
Cross
really
our fingers, yeah. Cross our fingers.
and then the Seahawks come back to us.
Maybe a win.
Yeah, and I think we'll win again. So, and then we play the Cardinals. I think that's a win. And then there goes the Ravens on Christmas Day.
50-50.
Right. That's another one that I'm 50-50 about. Then there's the Commanders that we won last year against them.
Could be winnable, yeah.
So I think it's winnable. And then, so there's the 4. And then there's the Rams the first week of January, which would make it 5. So I feel like we even have a.
Yeah. So worst case scenario, we can go 12-5. Our best ceiling could be 14-3. But I think there's no other way we can do. Like the worst that can happen for us is going 11-6 and still get in that division either way. But I don't see I don't think we're gonna blow away games. I think we're gonna try to win these games and try to play in a convincing fashion. Like I think Philadelphia is gonna be an actual game, but I think Seattle, even if it's a close game, I think it's gonna be more convincing because they want to see that kind of game.
Yeah, no, I honestly, we played on Sunday. We're playing on Thursday. One is a quick recovery, quick turnaround. I think they know that, and it's a primetime game. I think there's an energy that comes with knowing it's a primetime game that you don't always get on a Sunday game. And I think they know. Of course, they know they're professionals, but
they get a mini bye after that, so they should be good.
Yeah, they get that, but also this is like when it's starting to happen. Like you need to turn it on now. Going into December, you really need to turn it on. And I think they have a great approach of like take it game by game and one game at a time. So I just feel really good and confident. And I think they showed, after the 3-game streak and then they won, that they are capable of it. They have an amazing defense with all of the talent that's on the team. I feel as though they're a Super Bowl worthy team with all these players and all that talent. How could you not?
I mean, the way I see it is if we can get past Philadelphia, I can see no other reason why. But
yeah,
I'm gonna pump the brakes until we get past Philadelphia.
I agree, and I think you have every reason to say that too. I think that is a true test. I think that game in itself
is a true test.
Maybe don't shoot me, Niner fans, but even if it becomes a loss, I think we'll learn so much from that.
It brings up the best. Sometimes that loss may sting, but it kind of does fuel those players and say, we don't want to have this happen again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's one of those things like I'd rather lose to them in a regular season versus a playoff game.
And it kind of does build some feel into it. Like, oh, yeah, they beat us in the regular season. Let's beat them when it matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's my 2 cents. That's what I have for you.
So wait, but you didn't get a prediction for the Seahawks and Niners.
31-14.
Ooh, okay. See, I thought I was a little cocky.
No.
I guess you're a little cocky too. Okay. I guess we're about to smoke that Seattle pack. Okay.
Let's do it. But
let's do it. Smoke it like Suge Knight. Smoke that pack.
I think it'll be a good game, but I think we're definitely going to win. I think there's just a lot going into it. Everyone knows that there are rivals, and we want.
And they've been having our numbers for years. Now it's our turn to turn the page on them.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the game. I think it's a great way to end Thanksgiving. And a great way to have.
Hopefully on a good note. So I don't come to work pissed and be like, damn, I'm not be throwing rants like that.
No, yeah, I think we're going to be happy. I think the Seahawks are going to have not the best Thanksgiving.
I hope so. I don't even care if we win by 3 or 1 point. I don't care as long as we win.
Exactly.
That's
all that we need. So I think, I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident because as long as we run the ball in the outside area, that's going to be where Seattle struggles. And Brock Purdy, even when he gets pressure, he still is effective. And their secondary kind of does get some penalties a lot. So that can be the advantage for us. I mean, don't get me wrong. They got some good secondaries. Like Witherspoon is a good up-and-coming corner they got. Mm-hmm. Wolin's a pretty tall, lengthy corner. Trey Brown is decent, but the rest of the guys, it's a little bit of a Swiss cheese on their run defense.
Yeah. So it'll be good. I'm excited. One more, what is it? 2 more sleeps.
Two more sleep.
And it's Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, it is. And I guess for everybody else, if they got any questions, we'll definitely answer. But if not, I think we covered everything.
Oh yeah, I know we just really rambled today. Any questions?
Any questions to
or
everybody?
Predictions? What are your predictions?
I did. Score.
No,
prediction.
like the audience. What do they think?
Oh yeah, score prediction. Audience, come on, give me a score prediction. I don't care if you're a troll. Just put a prediction. Just bring that same energy. Maybe not. Maybe everybody's gone. See, that's how quiet it is over here. That's why when I go to TikTok, it's all party over there. But when I go over here, it's like
quiet. Well, it could be the time of the day too, and plus everyone's getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, y'all give me a score prediction, but it's okay. It's okay. I already got
2 other games on Thursday. So there's the Green Bay and Lion game, and then there's the Commanders Dallas game, and then there's our game at the end.
Yeah. Speaking of the weeks, pick 'em. You got that? You got another one coming up this week that you can send me?
Yes, they get released at 8, so I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, you got to definitely send me. I can't even find that, and it's been very helpful of you to do
that. Yeah, it took me forever to find that. So
I mean, like if you saw when you saw my video of the pick 'em, it actually got more amount of viewers. Like I never usually I do those too, but I didn't have like a cover of it, so I'm like, well, I guess you're my go-to for that one.
I will take it. Yeah, I'll as soon as that person releases it on Twitter, I'll get it.
Yeah,
X, whatever.
Oh, you're on Twitter too?
Yes. Well, not really. I wouldn't follow me. I just go on there for that.
Oh, you go on for that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of the followers down there too, but I'm not too active like everybody else. I try to just put maybe very little, and then I just go my ways.
There's just too many platforms like Instagram.
It's drama.
I can't. I just can't handle it all.
All they do is go talk and yap about other like, oh, come on, man. It's not even that serious. But yeah.
I agree. And
that's where I usually get a lot of my guesses from. Sometimes I'll get them on there, like NFL players sometimes.
Oh, that's cool. On Twitter?
Yeah, I had Sean Hill, not Sean Hill. I mean, Sean King. Sean King was a Buccaneers quarterback.
Cool.
I had him on my show 2 different occasions, but then I had a lot of different NFL players. That's where Burfer actually inboxed me, and he still follows.
Cool. That's really, really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, he still follows me to this day. He'll inbox me sometimes, not all the time.
I think that's awesome.
He's a good guy. That's why I don't really have nothing bad to say. I'll just say just work on your pass blocking a little bit better. That's it. I'm not going to just criticize that man and just say I'm not going to give him that Jake Brendel treatment, because Brendel, on the other hand, he's kind of been playing a little soft sometimes. But I kind of give him his pass. But, yeah, anytime you see his name on it, like I'm not even kidding. Like, he's been one of my followers since 2022.
Oh, wow.
Like, when he was coming into the draft – he was like he was a prospect that I kept my eye on, and I kept doing my due diligence. And yeah, and if you see him on Twitter, he follows me right here.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I'll find it after this.
Yeah, if you see that's his account, and that's where he follows me. It says follows me.
See it, but yeah, I mean, I believe you. It's not like I'm going to be like, what? I don't.
Oh no, but he's a good guy. He's a good dude. I mean, he's a nice guy. I'll say that, but I can't be all nice to everybody. But I got to give him his props because he's actually doing something. I mean, he's playing, so can't say much about him. But I'll send you the old interview. It was like last year, but it was
send it to me. I want to see.
Yeah, this was an interview like this was like a month before the draft. This was like when he was coming out of UTSA, a small college.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll just but I guess everybody's not here, so I guess we're already getting past the 40-minute limit almost. So
couple seconds.
I guess we're good then. So you can tell everybody where they can find your social media platform, and we'll definitely do something next week.
Yes. What are my social media platforms? What am I on? I'm on TikTok. And do I remember what my name is? Absolutely not. So
I guess TikTok is more your go-to, is what you're saying.
Next time, I guess. I mean, I am on Instagram. I just don't always remember my handles. Next join us next week. And you'll
Next
find
week,
out my handle.
okay, but you got a catchy name. I guess we'll have to come up with a nickname on your channel. Like what do you like to go by? Bella Niner or Bella to the Bay or what?
Ooh, Bella to the Bay. Let's just stick with Bella for now.
Okay, I guess that's cool.
It
But
is.
I guess for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, go Niners.
Yay! Bye, guys.
Bye.